Hey guys, it is your girl Albie here and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I uploaded, but I wanted to give you guys an update on the new house because I kind of left you hanging since the holidays. In case you missed it, me and my husband purchased our very first home and we are currently in the process of designing it and making it our own. Now, if you are new to me and new to this channel, hi. I'm Albie. I am an interior design content creator, and here on YouTube, when I show up, I create content to hopefully inspire you to love your home the way that it is. I went from sharing renter-friendly design to now I just plan on sharing my design journey, which will still include reversible design solutions. I wanted to give you guys just an update, honestly, on what's going on in the house. If you follow me over on Instagram, which you should, then you've been following along with a ton of projects. So here in this video, I just want to give you guys a brief visual rundown because Instagram is a lot of information. My blog is a lot of information. So here today, you're going to get the quick cliff notes, if you will, on everything that we've done so far and we're doing so far. So when we first came and looked at this house, some of the things that we knew we were going to do, we could tell right from the beginning. And not because there was anything wrong with the house, but we just knew that there were certain upgrades we wanted to make. We actually knew it from some of the photos, but then seeing the house in person kind of confirmed it. Some of those were larger projects like actual renovation, and some are just more smaller cosmetic projects. Our checklist, if you will, or design wish list for the very beginning phases of this house initially included getting rid of the popcorn ceiling, getting rid of the carpet, renovating and upgrading the kitchen, and updating, refreshing, redesigning all of the bedrooms. Once we moved in, that list definitely had to change, and we've made countless pivots in the months since we have been living here. If you're following me on Instagram, then you know that the current projects that have taken place are working on our media room, our study, renovating our laundry room, renovating our kitchen. And we've also done smaller projects behind the scenes that I haven't shared. They're just small refreshes, small updates, a few little upcycles. But those four have really been the big four. And then, how could I even forget? Designing our living room, which is a refresh that carried over from our apartment. We have essentially three fully designed rooms. Well, really four fully designed rooms. And then the rest of the rooms are just all functional. And we have been in the throes of our kitchen renovation. It looks like we're doing a lot of projects at once. And honestly, it feels that way. It definitely feels like there is a lot happening all at once. And I have talked about avoiding project pressure before, and I'll link that blog post in the description box. I've talked about how a lot of times, especially on the online space, there's this pressure to just jump right in and do all kinds of projects. And while it doesn't look like on the surface, we actually have avoided it. However, there are things that we just couldn't control, having them happen simultaneously because they either improved our quality of life or just one impacted the other. So there's this domino effect that has from one room affecting the next room, affecting the next room. And then through all of this, we have been working on the kitchen because it being the largest project, it having a huge impact on our quality of life, it is something we knew we wanted to do sooner rather than later. And then some things we just had to take off of our list altogether. So removing the carpet, that has been pushed back. Well, kind of. We removed all of the carpet from the bedrooms. However, the main floor carpet, so that's the living room and the dining room, as well as it runs up the hallway, that's going to stay for a while. Thankfully, that is newer carpet that was installed by the previous homeowners, as opposed to the bedrooms, which was the original carpet to the home. So that was something we did almost immediately. As opposed to the other carpeted areas, it's a little bit newer. We are okay with living with it for just a little bit longer. Whether that's another 6 months or another year, time will tell. We also had to take off of our list the popcorn ceiling. We had popcorn ceiling in all of the bedrooms, running through the hallway, the living room, the dining room, as well as this room here. This is the only room where we removed the popcorn ceiling, and I'll link the blog post talking all about that process as well. But doing this one room was something that would have impacted the design of this room. So we did it. And it's also a smaller footprint. And in doing this one ourselves, we realized, one, it's something we're definitely going to have to hire out for the larger rooms or the rooms with the higher ceilings. But two, it's something that we are in no rush to tackle. We really want to live here for a while. And just like the carpet, it's something we can live with, whether it's for another 6 months or 12 months. Is it visually ideal? No. But is it the end of the world? Also no. So those two things had to come off of our list. However, the laundry room, the kitchen, the living room, the dining room, this room, the media room, those we wanted to tackle while we could. And so that way we knew once we were done with them, we could take a pause and then continue living in the house and seeing how we live in the house, and then deciding what, if anything, we want to do next. Because we came into this with some plans already in mind, that has been what has kept us on task, even as we have pivoted multiple times. So at this point, like I said, some of the rooms are completed. Our living room was the very first fully furnished, fully designed room. And that is because over the summer, I had already been planning a refresh at our apartment at the time. And there were COVID-related furniture delays. In that time, we bought a house. And so I literally just had to contact my furniture partner, apartment to be, and just have the furniture come here instead of go there. And so that made getting the living room done sooner rather than later a whole lot easier. I'll link the living room reveal post in the description box, as well as the behind the design. The entire living room from top to bottom is actually the only room that was done once and done right. So it is something that, while there may be slight decor tweaks here and there, it's finished. So the next room that got completed was the dining room. That got done over the holidays, and I haven't done a full reveal with that yet, although I did share my holiday tablescaping. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up in the cards as well as in the description box. And that was a room that we actually planned on doing last, because in our apartment, we got rid of our dining room and we were going to swap that out for a study. So now having the option to have both, the living room, the dining room, was essentially going to have to start from scratch, and it just wasn't a priority. However, I was able to get it done, and we have actually been using it ever since. So I'm glad that it got done. Is it finished? But is it functional? Is it pretty? Absolutely. The next room that we finished was the media room. As you guys know, I wanted to bring, or you may know, if you've been following my videos thus far, I wanted to bring my virtual one-room challenge design to life. So I had this digital rendering done by Duke Renders that was the visual representation of my fall 2021 room challenge. I wanted to take that design and translate it into a real world design, something that could actually be done with product that is accessible, that is retail. And so with that, I partnered once again with Apartment to Be, and that room got done. I ended up moving it next door to what would have been the study. We flipped the two rooms. That reveal is coming up, and you guys, I'm so geeked. Right alongside with the media room, the laundry room got done. And again, one impacted the other because they share this space. This is like a triangle. So this became more of like a landing space, which is why flipping it worked out perfectly. And this isn't going to be exclusively a study, but you guys are gonna have to wait for what my plans are on that. It's definitely gonna be a little bit more multi-purpose, but that brings us to the kitchen. And the kitchen renovation is going to be a whole update video by itself because it requires it. But as of today, we are at the halfway point of the kitchen renovation. We have already seen a significant change in the way we use the space, the way we feel about being in the kitchen. And we are so glad that we did it now. They gave us time to live with it for a little bit. And by the time it's done, pretty much everything else will be done in terms of everything that's in progress. And then we can take a beat and live here and enjoy the home that we bought, and then plan out whatever the next phases of design are for the rest of the year and the rest of our time just living here in general. It's just this very beginning between just moving and then starting projects feels like a lot. I didn't want to just jump in to, hey, here's this room, here's that room, here's that room. So I wanted to give you guys this update so you know what's to come and what to expect and what I've been doing. If you are not already following me on Instagram, you're going to want to go ahead and do that, because that is where I share more real-time updates and design changes and all of that. Whereas here's, it's like a little bit more recap-ish, right? Here's where we play catch up. So if you want to be a part of it, like while it's happening, that's going to be on Instagram as well as on my blog. And in case you're like, wait, hold up, how did we go from apartment to homeowner? I currently have an entire home buying series that I'm doing with House Beautiful that has officially launched. The first episode is live, and by the time this goes up, the second episode will likely be live. So I'll link that in the description box if you guys just want to follow along with how we went from renters to homeowners. It's a 4-part series. So for the next 4 weeks-ish, depending on when you're watching this. So that way you can see how we got from point A to point B, and now I can start designing all the things. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you guys. If you've made it to this far in the video, you are a real one. If you haven't subscribed already, you're gonna wanna go ahead and do that, because like I said, I will be uploading. And please like this video and let me know in the comments which room you are most excited to see me finish and or reveal. Thanks again for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.